Impact segment tonight, police in Washington kept anti-Trump demonstrators away from the inauguration and the parade. Security did a very good job here. But in other parts of the city, there was destruction caused by anti-American people who want to break down our society.
Back up! We want freedom! Freedom!
With us now here in D.C., Associate Editor of the Washington Post, Bob Woodward. Here are the stats. 217 arrested, 6 police officers hurt. They don't have a count of how many protesters there were in the district. However, they estimate 400 were violent. My question to you is, you've lived here a long time. Is this protest, was this effective in any way?
No, it wasn't, and you can always get a couple of hundred people together to protest something. I mean, they have a right to do that, not a right to be violent. But it's so inconsequential given the agenda and the portfolio that the new president has of national security issues. I mean, he's got to go through every covert action that's pending and say, we'll change it, we'll drop it.
Yeah, he got a lot of work to do.
I mean, I honestly think that he is going to be stunned as the days go by.
On how difficult the job is, and I agree with you. As far as the protests are concerned, I thought they might be a lot worse. I didn't think they materialized in any way. You call them inconsequential, and I think that's the right word. They didn't influence anybody one way or the other. They tee people off. The one thing that I wondered about, though, in the District of Columbia, you cannot wear a mask over your face. That's against the law. That's a crime because of terrorism.
There is a statute, yes.
They did not enforce that today.
Yeah, listen, it ain't going down in the history books.
As what?
As anything. I mean, this is people doing what they do, and the problem in journalism is often we focus on the wrong thing.
Right.
And the right thing now is what Trump's going to do.
Sure, that's
in the words and
so you're just saying this is just a piffle. It really doesn't matter in our history, and I agree with that.
It's off stage in a way, and we need to focus on Trump and his decision-making process and what's he going to do.
Okay. Now, when you listen to the speech, as Charles Krauthammer and I discussed, parts of it were pretty rough on President Obama. Not so much on Bush the younger, but, you know, he jabbed him. Was that appropriate in your opinion?
Well, I mean, it was a campaign speech. There's no question about it. But this idea of, as he called it, the American carnage.
The carnage of the inner cities, right?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think that squares with the facts. And I was amazed at Obama's control, because
would you want to hit him with a pie? What could he do?
No, but you know what he did? He smiled, and then you could see it when Trump came by to shake his hand. Obama said, "Good job."
Yeah, but that's Obama. He always does that. Inside, he's going, "I'll get this."
I mean, there's a certain grace in that. Come on,
okay.
Give him credit.
And I agree that in public, at an inaugural, you don't start a brawl. But for no second do I think that Barack Obama has any use for Donald Trump at all, in any way, shape, or form, and I think you'll see that in the future.
I think that's true, but the speech was, remember, Donald Trump is a deal guy.
Right.
He made his living, his reputation on deals, and that speech is an opening bid. And I think if you can predict and project into the future, one of the things he's going to do is he's going to make deals in Congress and all over, and people are going to be stunned and say, well, but he gave up this and that. But he's going to run out because he comes from this culture of, let's sell it, let's exaggerate, let's take that extra squeeze.
You said he's a deal maker, and you know what it was about today? You know what it was about, that speech was about? The deal we made with the folks. The deal he made with the folks. I'm going to Washington, and I'm going to, as he says, drain the swamp, and I'm going to kick some serious butt. And this speech reflected that deal.
Yeah, yes, it did. But
Right.
but that's only part of the country, and as
that's
you
his
you and
part.
Charles pointed out very correctly, he jammed the Republicans, he jammed the
everybody, all the establishment.
I mean, he said the establishment has looked out for itself and abandoned
Right,
the citizens of this
But
country.
if you're looking, and the Washington Post, your employer is looking for conciliatory from Donald Trump, you're never going to get it. Ever.
But you're wrong. You're refuted by the facts. At the luncheon, he got up and he said about Bill and Hillary Clinton, I respect them. He went over and shook their hand. Oh, he did not have to.
Sure
he didn't
did.
do. Why wasn't that in the speech? Would have been a grace note that would be.
If it were in a speech, then I would cede the point. But in a social situation, everybody's terrific. Everybody's magnificent. But if you're looking for real policy, a conciliatory tone, he'll only do it when he wins. That's the only time he'll do it. Last word.
Okay, you've known him for 30 years. There's
Right.
some truth in that, but I think he'll be conciliatory. I think he's going to give, because he wants deals, like the infrastructure deal. Let's spend billions of dollars on roads, schools, and so forth. He's going to get that deal, and he will trumpet it, and maybe it won't be everything he wanted. Maybe it will not be everything
No, but he'll get
that
what he can.
those people he spoke to today, his constituency, but he'll claim a win.
Sure. That's what he does. Bob Woodward, everybody. Thanks for coming in.